Hey guys, Future Tracy here, and I wanted to explain that in this video I had already taped a segment where most of my head was cut off, so I had to retape. And in that, I didn't indicate at the beginning of the video that I was talking about my husband who had knee replacement on June 9th. And then on June 18th, I was headed to StitchCon in Ohio. So I wanted to explain that's what I'm talking about as this video begins. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye guys. Or show you what I'm taking to StitchCon with me before I leave. And then when I get there, I'm going to try and film on the way up. I'll have my bestie Karen with me. So hopefully we'll do some car stuff that's fun. And then when I get up there, I'll show you guys StitchCon B. So I'll do some filming, and then I'll show you keepsakes when we go up to that store. It's going to be a great time. I'm so looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it for like the last 8 months. So, but I wanted to show you what I'm taking because I have pared down what I took to the Disney retreat. When we went down to Disney, it's very expensive down there. My bestie Karen has some mobility issues, so I knew it wasn't going to be very easy. There's traffic issues down there. So it's kind of like, you know what, let's take a toaster. We'll make some toast in the morning. I bought a little egg boiler that made hard-boiled eggs for us, and I took a coffee maker down there, thinking the room probably had single serve, which they did. So I would make us a pot of coffee in the morning. So our car was packed full. It was my first stitching retreat, not my first retreat, but first stitching retreat, and I always tend to overpack, thinking, oh, what if I wanted to do this? What if I wanted to do that? And when I show you these charts, you'll see that I'm taking more than I think I need to take. But there are things that I'd like to get started, and they're kind of on the same. I've got 2 falls and some patriotic. So I'm going to show you guys those and what I'm going to take, and then I will continue filming over the next couple of days to let you see how StitchCon B, Weekend B, is going. All right, so first thing I want to show you that I'm taking, that I'm hoping to get a start on, is this beautiful gourd that I purchased from Finally a Farm Girl. I got that at the All Things Disney Retreat. I absolutely love it. I think that is such a beautiful pattern, and I'd love to have this finished by fall for this year. I have it all kitted up, ready to go. I just got to get going on it. It has been a week of no stitching, just because I am arms and legs of 2 people right now. So hubby doesn't have to do anything. Kids will be washing dishes. Kids will be taking out the trash. I've mowed the yard. The only thing that might suffer is the garden out back, because he can't go pick our garden, but we won't worry about that. Won't worry about that at all. So it is what it is. Another thing that I'm bringing is Primrose Cottage American Alphabet. I absolutely love this. It went on sale and I immediately was like, okay, I've got to have that. This one's supposed to be very quick stitched, and so I think I might get this started on this one first. It's small, and I'd love to go ahead and have it finished. I'm really excited about that. And then I also got American Celebration, which this is my absolute favorite chart. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love the repetitiveness of it, the uniformity of it. So I'd love to get started on this, but I think because I'm a monogamous stitcher, that I probably will get this done. And then I do have Lindsay's 12 monthly minis that I am wanting to work on as well. Let me show you those. They are so small that I think I could get several of those done while at retreat. So I think I'm going to do the alphabet, and then if I get finished with the alphabet, I think I'm going to start on the minis, just because they're small and there's something that I can do and achieve and have an accomplishment. I'm also taking Primrose Cottage Star Spangled Street, which I love as well. Don't think I'm going to get started on it, but just in case I wanted to do a start, I would have it. So I'm excited about that. I am taking, just because they're part of my current stitching my Prairie Schooler Santas. I have finished some January and February of this year, and I'd like to continue because I do want to have that Prairie Schooler Santa tree in my bedroom if I can accomplish that. And other than that, I have my stitching tools. I'm keeping it small. So I have one bag, one suitcase. Suitcase is a little bit bigger this time than it was last time. I definitely kept my suitcase small, but I've got a medium-sized suitcase. Everything fits in. One other bag, which will be my stitching bag, and that's it. So I'm definitely paring down. So really excited about going, really nervous about leaving hubby. But as long as he doesn't go up and down the threshold of the front door, he does have his first doctor's appointment on Thursday, and our youngest daughter is taking him that day. She happens to have that day off, and so she'll be taking him to the doctor. So I'm excited about that. He has some swelling. It is to be expected. I think I told you earlier that he arrived Monday morning at 7 a.m. and at 12:35 I was actually putting him in the car and taking him home. He had to walk up 2 stairs to get into the home, technically 3. Did well there. He had a nerve block that helped that first day, and then he went to rehab the second day, which was Tuesday. Technically it was only 24 hours later. And the nerve block was still taking effect. By the time he finished on that day, he was definitely hurting. And he's had up and down days of, okay, today he slept all day, or today he was in pain all day. He's had that the last 7 days. I think yesterday he was not taking his pain meds. So, but yet today he feels like he needs it. So it's just a healing process. I think if we can get the swelling down in his leg, we do have an ice machine that I purchased, and it's called a cooling therapy. Does that sound about right? Cooling therapy. It's a what's that called? A cooler, and it has a motor inside it with a pump, and the pump goes and puts ice water or cold water into a bladder that goes around his knee. And that has been very helpful. And I didn't get that from Amazon until probably Wednesday or Thursday of last week. So that's helping a lot. Again, I think if the swelling would go down, he'd probably have a little bit more movement in the knee, but he's still doing his rehab as he's supposed to. And he goes to the doctor on Thursday. He's well taken care of. So I'm gonna go to retreat. So I will keep you updated if something changes with that. If not, then hopefully you'll see us in the car, you'll see us on the way, you'll see us when we're there, and you'll see us as we go to the keepsake store. And I look forward to sharing with you guys. So, okay, before you guys get all judgy with me about leaving hubby after knee surgery, he messed up my plans. I didn't mess up his. I had this plan since last fall, and he goes to the doctor in May and comes home and says, I'm having knee replacement surgery on June 9th. And I said, no, we need to change the date. I'm going to Ohio on June 18th. And he was like, I'll be fine. So I couldn't convince him otherwise. He had determined that he was going to get his knee done. Our children are kicking in, and they're going to help out. So I've got the kids coming over to check on Dad, take the trash, run the dishwasher, take the food, or bring him food. I've made him all kinds of dishes. I've brought things up from the basement that's where I store extra stuff that I get on sale. So I've got that up here. He doesn't have to do anything. Laundry's done, yard's done. So he just has to sit here and heal. And the kids are going to help out. So that's amazing. So we're hoping that all is well. He assures me that he'll behave himself. I keep looking over there because he's sitting over there. So,
Honey, you got the greatest laugh. I mean, you did exactly perfect.
You guys keep watching, because here comes some more footage. Hey guys, it's Tracy from Stitching with Your Besties. Today is June 27th of 2025 and it's episode number 8. And welcome back. Thank you so much for watching my StitchCon preview. Before I finish this video, I just got back on Monday. Today is Friday and it's been a week of going through our stuff and organizing again and taking care of hubby. As you can tell from the beginning of the video, I did a future Tracy, which I taped yesterday and tried to describe that I had done a video where most of my head, it was just positioned incorrectly. Most of my head was cut off, so I had to reshoot the video, which means that you think to yourself, oh, I've already said that, so you don't say things. And I had just jumped in and started talking about hubby and his surgery. He had knee replacement on June 9th, as I stated, and I went to StitchCon on June 18th. So all that is at the beginning of the video, but I do want to tell you how StitchCon went, and then I can finish this one out. I met some lovely, lovely people. I met at our table Tasha, Amanda, Michelle, Karen, my bestie, was there. Karen's sister Lorraine, my other bestie, was there, and myself. So we had a table of 6. We had a lovely time, really got to know each other, got to make some great friends. StitchCon is huge. I think it was close to 300 people for weekend B. I believe weekend A is just as crowded. So it was a lot of people. I did see some floss tubers there. I did see Christy from Floss Bossing Cousins. I did not speak with her. She was on the other side of the room, and it was quite cute because she brought her camping chair from camping, and it sits her very, very low to the table. So when you would see her, you'd see her little head of hair. It was basically equal with the table, the stitching table. So I saw Christy there, and I saw Megan from Texas. I forget Megan's last name. I'll go ahead and post that in the information down below. I saw Mel Stitches of Hope. I met her. She's from Arizona. She has a floss tube channel as well. And I know I've met so many others that I probably didn't know were floss tubers. It was such a wonderful time to just be around people that were stitching. I learned this weekend that most of us stitchers are cat people. Did not know that. I guess that's the creative side of us, but just a lovely time. So we got there Wednesday night and met for dinner. Lorraine came down from Canada. Karen and I came up from Georgia, hit Ohio. It's basically halfway in Cincinnati. It was my first time in Ohio, and we all stayed together in the same hotel room and had a lovely time. Went out and did all the American things that Lorraine only gets to do every so often. Karen usually goes home to Canada more often than Lorraine comes down to America. So we did all those fun things, had some delicious Mexican over the few days we were there. Had Cracker Barrel twice. They don't have a Cracker Barrel where Lorraine's from. Had just a great time shopping and being together. StitchCon itself, we got there Thursday morning. I was the first to get ready, so I took our chairs downstairs, and at 6:41 a.m. we were in the hotel. We did stay in the hotel where it's attached to the convention center. 6:41, we were, probably, 12, 13, and 14 in line, but there was still a line, so it was kind of amazing. Met lots of nice people. 6:41 a.m. They don't let you in until 10. So we kind of staggered, all of us in line, and went and got some breakfast and got some coffee, and we had chairs. I had gone to Walmart on the way up and got a $10 chair, so we would be able to sit. So that was kind of fun too. And that's where the fun began, because you began meeting people in line. Once it opened up, we were able to transition so easily. I cannot believe how organized, how easy it was. You literally walked up and said your last name, and Stephanie from Keepsakes was there, and she just kind of knew. I think she just pulled my tag and it was the right tag. So and then they gave you a swag bag, and I'll be honest about the swag bag and about the gifts. I am not certain of who gave me what at this point, only because people walked around StitchCon and just would give you floss drops, or they would give you a threader, or they would give you, a set of cards. I mean, it was just, amazing what people were just walking around handing out. And so I know we have a bag from StitchCon that is a backpack, insulated backpack, and unfortunately I did not bring that here to show. It's put up on my closet, and I just forgot about it until now. It's a nice bag that said StitchCon on it. And then, I'll try and show you some stuff. But again, I probably may think somebody gave me one thing and it was somebody else. And I do apologize. It was just a lot. You didn't have time really to go through all the stuff and appreciate. I have sat down since and tried to reach out to a few of these YouTubers that handed me stuff and get on their channel and thank them for their generosity. So, but anyway, so we got in at 10. By 10:15, somebody was ringing the bell saying they had finished something. It was like, nah, okay, we probably just had to put a couple of stitches in. But that happened all weekend. We encouraged each other, we screamed, we hollered. They had a beautiful setup, a beautiful theme this year. This is my first time going. The annex was incredible. You'll see a lot of that. The brag table was incredible. These are people that I would love to stitch with and get, you know, their input and how they do things. Tasha sat beside me, my table mate, and she has an incredible stitching ability, and the backs look as good as the front. So, you know, just sitting there just amongst people that, you know, love a certain chart and they tell you about it and you think, oh my gosh, that's totally my style. Or going up to the brag table and looking how somebody finished something and think, oh my gosh, that's totally something I would love to do. So that was creative juices going. They had a StitchCon studio that they had set up. You'll see that, or you saw that earlier on the video, where you could go in and actually do a floss tube if you wanted to. So that was wonderful. I had planned on trying to do a video going up of just me and my bestie having some fun, but it just never worked out. I didn't have the right camera angle. I was in a rental car, so I didn't have the ability to put, you know, my own phone holder, so that didn't work out. There was a couple times that I thought I would go ahead and videotape in our room, and it was just kind of, at the end of the day, you're exhausted. You just don't realize that you're, you know, that you're on for 18 hours a day, that you're constantly talking, constantly moving. Lorraine was so cute, Karen's sister. She would stand at the freebie table, and I mean, I've never seen anybody that focused on looking at everything. It was I'm not slamming her. It's amazing. She'd come back with something that she thought I might be interested in, or Karen might be interested in, or she'd come back with magazines that people were donating, and she'd look through there and find a chart, and she just is amazing. So all that happened on Thursday, and then Thursday night I think we went out to dinner, and with our table mates. Tasha and Amanda didn't show up until later in the afternoon, but we still went out. And then Friday was a great day. We had breakfast at the hotel. We went to the grocery store when we arrived on Wednesday and got some ham and some bread and some cheese and mayo and mustard. And so we made sandwiches for our lunch, and that was perfect because then you didn't feel like you were losing out on StitchCon time. So that was our lunches, and then at dinner we went out Friday night, I think, to the Mexican restaurant, I believe. And then on Saturday, we met up with Sally Jo, who was one of our table mates at the All Things Disney Retreat. She lives in Ohio, about 3 hours away, but we had got her something from the Disney Retreat after she had left because we stayed an extra day. And instead of mailing it to her, it was like, well, let's go to lunch. We didn't know that it was, or I didn't know that it was 3 hours of a drive one way. And if I was Sally, I'd been like, just mail it to me. I'll pay you the postage. But she's so sweet. She brought her girls and her hubby, and we got to meet them and eat some lunch and just catch up and give big hugs. So that was Saturday for lunch. I forgot to tell you that on Friday, Tasha, Amanda, myself, and Lorraine went to Keepsakes. It was our first trip. And while it's a very, very small house, and of course StitchCon, it's very, very busy, it's just stocked full. You saw the annex. The house looks like the annex. It's just small and old. Their cat had been locked into the basement, their mascot cat, just for her protection. And oh my gosh, you could spend hours upon hours upon hours there. I mean, it's just chock full of deliciousness at every corner. So that was Friday, and then Saturday we saw Sally Jo, went back. Saturday night they had the raffle. That was a lot of fun. I don't think a blue ticket was pulled, and that's all I had was blue tickets. So not one person who had blue tickets won a raffle prize. And then after that they did the auction, and oh my goodness, I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, you just hear people, you know, someone bid, I think $1,200 on a set of charts, and I mean, it's just amazing how generous people are. Our auction prize this year was giving I wear eyeglasses or contacts to underprivileged children who don't have the funds. And so it was just a lot of fun. I think overall we raised, I can't remember the amount, so I'm just not going to say anything. I know StitchCon will probably post about it, but so that was Saturday night. We stayed up late Saturday night, and then Sunday we had until I think 3, maybe 2 to stitch. Most people had already started leaving, so the room was pretty bare. We decided to stay an extra day. We came back on Monday, and I think it's just so that we would have the day to stitch on Sunday. Plus, Lorraine and Karen, being sisters, they wanted to spend a little bit of extra time, so we stayed through Sunday and just kind of did the same. Shopped, enjoyed ourselves, relaxed, packed, took things slowly. Came home Monday, and would I go again? Absolutely. It was a wonderful time. Cincinnati was fun to see, and I wish I could explore a little bit more. I know that Sally Joe told us that the lavender fields were ready to be cut, and I think you could cut as much as you wanted for $10. I wish I could have gone and done that. They were having that heat wave that we're all having up there, and Karen has some mobility issues, so I didn't want to just leave her in the car with the AC running. So yeah, we just had a great time. I want to see Ohio more. I would love to go back. I'd love to do a lot of retreats, and just be friends. So what I would like to propose to my besties on here that are watching is I would like to do Zooms, and I would like to do Zooms with my watchers, and maybe we can get to know each other. We could pick a night once a month that we can just spend time stitching together, maybe to get to know each other. I'm looking for relationships, friendships, and since we all love stitching, it would be great to kind of forge and bond over that, and maybe a cat or two, which I have 2, grandbabies, whatever it is, just become friends. So if you're interested, would you let me know in the comments below if you think that would be fun to be able to stitch maybe one night a month. I've already got it set up that I'm stitching with my All Things Disney retreat table buddies. And so I thought, well, that'd be kind of neat with my channel. So you get to know me by watching my video, but I don't know you guys. And so it'd be kind of fun to maybe start small and get to know you guys. So, okay, so while I was there, one thing that I did stitch was Primrose Cottage's American Alphabet. I am almost finished. Which I thought this would be a quick stitch, and it is. I didn't finish it because while we went to the keepsake store, we found these bags that were huge. As you know, these are general bags that we get if you order from, a kit. This one is nice and large, and mine, the small size, I had stuff full. I use my scissors in here, just all my tools, and we found it, and then we found this chart, and this chart was from StitchCon 2023. I think it was the freebie for that particular year, and we just changed it to 2025. And the only thing I haven't done is back stitch, which I should, because it has a needle. I should probably do that. It didn't come with the floss, so I just stopped. But I did finish this at retreat. I may do the back stitch, I may not. It is difficult for my arthritic hands to stitch on this, but I did it. Tasha and I finished. I think Amanda might have finished as well, and we're really happy with this. So I got that, and for a gift from Lorraine, I know Lorraine, she made me an Ort keeper, and I absolutely love it. She's so talented. It's nice and big. I love the fabric. I love that it's big because I can throw everything in there. Lorraine also made us a little stitchy bag that we could, put anything that was kind of small at the table that we needed to go up and down. I thought that was a genius idea. Maybe from my bestie Karen. A Dot Dot Goose bag, and I think it might be. But I love Dot Dot Goose. I think it is from Karen. Sorry, Karen, just trying to remember and trying to hurry. While there, I did get some charts. One is known as Christmas Morning. The only thing they didn't have was the drum but I went on ahead and got the chart. Isn't that beautiful? Got that from StitchCon. It has the top and the sides, and I think it has this as well. I also got your favorite needlework shop keepsakes chart. I love that little house, and I'm gonna do like someone did, which was Cincinnati, Ohio keepsakes, probably in place of the alphabet. You can also order this, but they were out. So you'll notice on the brag table, I really focused in on this. So someone had the house, and then they had the months down below all together, and I think that's what I want to do. Also, if you notice on one of them, I'm not sure if I zoomed in, but one of them, somebody did like tree leaves. So there's leaves here and leaves here, and I thought that was beautiful, so I may try that. I purchased the Kindred Friends Heart and Hand exclusive design for keepsakes. This is for StitchCon 2025. And we got the free part around it. So you probably noticed I zoomed in on it in the annex that it has a border, and that was free to the StitchCon app. We actually had an app this year. For those of y'all that have gone before and you didn't, the schedule and everything was on the app, and the freebies were on the app. I purchased from Sweet Wing Studio, Pray Without Ceasing, or Without Ceasing. I thought that was beautiful. And I purchased for Kindred Friends the chart that is our StitchCon chart. I purchased the fabric, which is cookie dough 32 count linen, which will be for that particular stitch. I purchased the floss pack all ready to go from the annex for that particular stitch. So ready to get started on that one. And I purchased, look at how cute this is, Boo You, Celebrate You series. It's by Annie Turner, the proper stitcher. And the only one I got, this is a series. The only one I got was the little witch, because she's just so cute. So I can't wait to start that. I gotta get stitching, y'all. I don't need to be stitching. I don't need to be taking care of this knee thing. Poor hubby, he's feeling it today. He's feeling a little blue. I also got from Tasha, my table mate, made this. How adorable is she? So she's a seamstress as well. Again, Karen got me this beautiful bag as well. I love my bags, y'all. And then Lorraine, beautiful. Lorraine made me a beautiful bag, and I like the size of this one too. And it also came with a smaller bag. Aren't they so talented? I mean, y'all, it's just gift after gift after gift. I gave everyone at my table a 8 of 14 just because I wanted to make sure I did a generic fabric. It's an 8 of 14 count. It's called Ancient. I'm going to take one off. I absolutely love this. I've stitched on this before. But I ordered enough to give everyone at the table, and I have a few extra. But I love the marbling on this one, the blue. You can see this way too. It's just beautiful. So I gave everybody some fabric as my gift to them. I did purchase the Stitch Away 2018, which is the year of keepsakes, and that's them right there. But this is the one that you could add in place of another one that people swapped out for Halloween. And that's $3.10. If you don't know, keepsakes, I did say earlier that they have a cat that had to be put in the basement while we were there for her safety. And her name is 310. She's a black kitty. How cute is that? I purchased this bag from Joan Wick. That's Joan, W-I-C-K. It's a bag with a mesh top, a solid bottom, and this fabric. It's a perfect size for a to-go bag to put all your whips in. She has Christmas you know, Thanksgiving, Halloween, stitching. I mean, she had all kinds of bags. And this bag was at the Annex, and she sold out. So it's Joan Wick, W-I-C-K, and I will put her information at the bottom as well. Lorraine made me some cup koozies. And again, I'm sure I got a little light to attach to my little metal, she's here somewhere, my little red metal, yeah, metal clip board. So yeah, we just had a great time. We shared, we gave, we fellowshipped, we laughed. It was just a wonderful time. So I would like to encourage you to go to a retreat if you could, especially if you're looking for that community. Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to answer them, and I'd love to get together and stitch with you. So give me your thoughts on getting together maybe once a month, separate from my YouTubes, that we can just get to know each other. Some evening, not going to spend a whole lot of time, but just let me know. Love to hear from you. Please like and share and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys.